Here's the number one strategy that helps me leave at contract time every day, and it's not by coming in early. Hi, my name's Selena, coach for new and first year teachers, and welcome to the 30-day Make Teaching Easy challenge, where I show you how to work smarter, not harder, and how to get more done in less time. Something that I used to struggle with, and I still remember how frantic I used to be when I came in the morning. I would get there an hour before school started. I would prep my materials for that day. I would finish my lesson plans for that day. I would rush to the printer hoping nobody was there so I could print the resources I needed for later for that day. And then most mornings my students would walk into the classroom before I was even ready. So my mornings were chaotic, and now I know why. And during my prep, I would have a to-do list that was as long as my arm of like 20 things, and no matter how hard I did try to get that list down, it would just regenerate the next day. I felt like I was on an endless hamster wheel of tasks, and I didn't actually get to enjoy teaching. I was just constantly chasing a to-do list. And then that was until I figured out a way to adapt time management and business strategies to the classroom, and that was batching. So batching is doing like-minded tasks at the same time. So instead of doing 20 unrelated tasks on your prep, doing one thing during your prep for a longer amount of time. So a great example of this is instead of doing lesson plans, grading, parent communication, prepping materials, all those things during your prep, just focusing on lesson plans for a prep. And what happens when you do this, it's much like an assembly line. The more you do one task at one time, the quicker you are and the more efficient you are. So how does this look like in a practical sense over a prep? Well, here's what this looked like for me. So for example, on Mondays were my lesson planning days. Mondays, I would lesson plan for the entire week and the following week. Tuesdays were my prep days. I would take the lesson plans I wrote the day before and I would prep all the materials. I would hang out by the printer, typically with my coffee, and I would print all the materials I could possibly need in the next 2 weeks. I'd print them, paperclip them, and organize them for the following 2 weeks. Wednesdays were my communication days. These are the days that I sent weekly newsletters, that I scheduled out email responses, that I made sure my inbox was at 0. Thursdays were my grading and data days. I would take all of the stuff, all the assignments that we did that week, and during that prep, I would just sit and grade. I would put in some vibey music, a vibey podcast, and I would just sit and grade all the assignments so I could return them to my students by Friday. And then Friday was a catch-up day. If any of my preps got disrupted, I could just shift everything down, and I wouldn't have to worry then about missing a prep or getting behind. So have you tried batching before? Let us know in the comments. If you found this helpful, make sure to comment prep, and I will send you my free prep guide. It's got my top 10 strategies to